know that time is passing. And as I get older, I see the same issues come up over and over, whether it has to do with gender equality, whether it has to do with pay equality, whether it has to do with fair work-leave policies, whether it has to do with getting reproductive health care of our choice. Over the years, every single year this comes up, and it's time that it stops. It's time that we have a remedy that will hopefully help us to do away with all of these little fires of injustice that happen every day in our country.
Well, actually, New Mexico was the first state to ratify the ERA.
What's going on in our city is really very sad, especially when Albuquerque is compared to the Auschwitz, called Auschwitz of New Mexico. And we need to wake up and recognize there is a war going on against women. And so my goal as a candidate for mayor, and as mayor, I will advocate for women's rights, especially when it comes to the right to choose as well as equal pay.
We'll move on over you, for women's time has come.
I was perfecting the cherry bomb from the top rung of the jungle gym, twirling round and round the clouds miles above earth, and then leaping like fireball into the air, queen of my own queendom for those last precious 14 minutes and 42 seconds, 41 seconds, 40 seconds of second recess. I was not the kisser of boys, nobody's hipless woman, no make-believe wife playing house behind the kissing tree, kissy, kissy McKisser face.
He said the fire burns at night.
After the late 60s and early 70s, that we were beginning to make some real progress on a lot of issues in this country, amongst them is women's rights. But with the defeat of the ERA amendment and stuff, it's just, now with the current Supreme Court rulings, it just is very concerning to me that this country is definitely headed in the wrong direction. And I don't know what we're gonna, have to get back in the streets.
What makes you think they don't have equal rights?
Because it's not constitutionally recognized. And if something's not constitutionally recognized, America ignores it. And America cannot ignore women any longer. It's gone on too long.
And why are you here today, and what's your name?
My name's Kate McConaughey, and I'm here because I'm a devout feminist, and I support the ERA fully.
Devout feminist, I've never heard that phrase before. What does that mean?
Well, I believe women are equal to men in every respect. I believe that they should be respected and treated well by everyone, and that should be a constitutionally recognized fact.
Oh, when the truth will tell, in time will see, time will see. And so it's truth I try to hear and speak and breathe. Oh, when there be temptation all around, all around.
We are 33 years delinquent on ratifying the UN Convention on the elimination of all forms of discrimination against women, thanks to senators who slept through home ec, grown men who actually believe that vaginas have a rape gag reflex, thanks to consecutive Congresses that bind women's feet to kitchen floors with glass ceilings from schoolgirls who routinely outperform boys K through post-secondary, yet never achieve the same pay grade on payday, women who do 2/3 of the world's work and receive 10% of the world's income, who are never called ranchers but produce 75% of global crops, women who never reap the spoils of harvest, women who have children and account for 2/3 of our working poor.
Women have voted in every election.
Women's rights is important for everyone.
I think the struggle with abortion rights, with the amount of women in Congress right now, which I'm interested in because I'm interested in politics, is pretty atrocious because they're 50% of the population, but there's only 19% of women in Congress.
Human rights is equal rights for women, it's equal rights for all, and you have to have human rights to have peace and to have justice.
We need to do equality in economics, the rate that women are paid, but also the different jobs that women are pushed into. We need to do equality when we're talking about childcare and healthcare and all of those services that are provided.
I personally am a beneficiary of all the hard work of women that have come before me, and I'm grateful to those women.
And why should men be involved with the women's equality issue?
Well, men are equally important, I guess, to put it in a funny way, in this struggle, because so much of it is led by men who want to continue dominant patriarchy. So those of us who know better need to speak up.
Thank you.
Until that day, the women of this country are living in a loophole. People may suppose that the Bill of Rights applies to us, but we don't have that in writing. Until we have engaged and empowered everyone as equal partners in this grand experiment we call democracy, we cannot realize the greatness that our founders, bless their patriarchal hearts, almost envisioned.
The remedy to me is the Equal Rights Amendment, because it will be a guarantee, something written in the Constitution that says men and women are indeed equal under the law and are entitled to equal justice in our country. That's the remedy.
If people want to pass the ERA, what should they do? What action should they take?
They should contact their representative and senators in Washington. At this point is Senator Tom Udall, Representative Brent Ray Lujan, and Representative Steve Pierce, and ask them to join as co-sponsors of the resolutions in Congress that ask to do away with the deadline for ratification of the amendment. If everyone around the country does that, we will get it done, because our elected officials should respond to our needs.
Let's do it together. Let's do it for each other. Let's do it without delay.